welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching the news at 10 live on Channels Television. A reminder of our top stories. President Buhari hosts British Prime Minister Theresa May in Abuja, gives assurance that the 2019 general elections will be free, fair and credible. Former Kano State Governor Musa Kwakwanso joins the race for the presidency under the PDP as another aspirant at Ahiru Bufarawa rules out consensus candidate option for the party. Brace for more flooding. The Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency issues red alerts to residents of some states, particularly in the south-south, southeast and north-central regions. And 5 Kenyan soldiers are killed, 10 others wounded after their car ran over a homemade bomb in northern Kenya. ChannelsTV.com has more information for you, and on youtube.com/channels where you can watch our videos. You can also watch us on your mobile device via your browser or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. Besides giving you access to news updates on the go, the Channels TV and Channels 24 app has an eyewitness feature that you can use to share pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions. The Ekiti State Governor-elect, Dr. Fayemi, has filed his defense to the petition by the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Professor Kolapo Olushola Eleka. In the 2,558-page defense, Dr. Fayemi insists that he won the July 14, 2018 governorship election and calls on the Ekiti Election Petition Tribunal to dismiss Professor Eleka's suit for lacking in merit. Dr. Fayemi's legal team, led by 3 senior advocates of Nigeria, Mr. Hakeem Afolabi, Mr. Yomi Aliyu, and Dr. Kayode Olatoke, tendered 3,500 exhibits and called over 1,000 witnesses to the tribunal. After filing the petition, Dr. Olatoke, who spoke on behalf of his colleagues, described Professor Eleka's petition as a waste of time, saying it lacked substance. He explained further that Fayemi won fairly in 12 of the 16 local government areas of the state, while Eleka won in 4. No date has been fixed for the hearing. Let's toss it over now to Ibrahim Adra in Abuja for more on the news at 10. Hi, Ibrahim.
Hello, Marachi. Well, let's talk some more judicial matters now. A federal high court sitting in Abuja has adjourned the case involving the Benue State government and the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, to October the 8th, 2018 for judgment. Justice Namdi Dimba of the Federal High Court in Abuja is presiding over a case filed by the Benue State government challenging the powers of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, to investigate the finances of the state. The EFCC had in July this year froze the account of the Benue State government on allegations of corruption, an action that the state government is challenging the court, even though the EFCC later unfreezed the account. After listening to submissions from both the counsel to the EFCC and that of the Attorney General of Benue State, the court adjourns to October the 8th for judgment. Elsewhere, a river flooding alert by Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency has been issued to residents of some states to brace up for more incidents of flooding. The affected states are mostly in the south-south, southeast and north-central regions. According to a statement by the agency, both Kainji and Jebe dams are already spilling water downstream, while the level of water in Lokoja has exceeded the corresponding value in 2012. The agency is asking residents of Anambra, Bayelsa, Delta, Kebbi, Kwara, Kogi and Niger to be on the watch out for flash floods due to the overflowing of the dams. And many states have recorded perennial floods this year, leading to loss of lives and properties. Now, indeed, this may not be the best of time for those living on the floodplains in the country, especially as the country gets into the thick of the rainy season. And so let's examine this issue further. And joining me on the news at 10 is the Director of Engineering Hydrology at the Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency, Mr. Clement Hize. Thank you so much for joining us on the news at 10.
Thank you.
Let's kick off with your claim that the water level in Lokoja particularly has exceeded its level in 2012. What does this mean?
Well, the Nigeria Hydrological Service Agency, has equipment that are installed by the rivers, major rivers and their tributaries in Nigeria. They are telemetric. in the sense we can interrogate them from the office through the satellite. We monitor the flow. We make comparisons over the years. The 2012 flood has remained a benchmark to make reference. Now, what happened upstream of River Niger, in the upper catchment of Niger, Mali, Guinea, affects Nigeria. Nigeria is at the bottom. We call it the lower Niger. The other ones are either upper Niger, inland delta, and then middle Niger, that is Niger. But Nigeria is the lower Niger. Now, taking 2012 flood as a reference, our measuring instrument, which we read manually and automatically, are the downstream of the confluence. The measurement we got today, 29th of August, says the height of the water is 8.69 meters. The same day, 28th of August 2012, we had 8.57. That difference of about 4 inches portends a lot of danger.
Does this also suggest that flooding this year would surpass that of 2012?
We cannot really say so. 2012, Cameroon released water from Lagdo Dam because their dam was under threat. They had to release water. But as of today, the Cameroonian authorities are still impounding water in the Lagdo Dam in Cameroon. The flood that occurred in in Adamawa State in particular, was caused by the tributaries of River Benue, both within Cameroon catchment, downstream of the Lagdo Dam. We have Mayokebi River, Faro River, Gongola, Donga, Kasenala, that all empty into River Benue. So there was flooding within those tributaries, and they flooded some part of the state. So as at now, when I contacted my colleague in Cameroon, Northern Province of Cameroon, he assured us that they're not yet releasing water, they're impounding. And again, Nigeria and Cameroon have a memorandum of understanding between the two countries with regard to that Lagdo Dam, that in the case or in the event of releasing water, they will notify us accordingly.
Mr. The interesting thing is this warning is coming to the same group of people that are affected by previous floodings. I mean, the pattern remains the same. There is warning and then there is evacuation. What should we do to put a stop to this?
Yeah, that's what we are doing here anyway, trying to sensitize the public, especially the riparian states that are supposed to be affected. The flood is something that you cannot avoid, but you can mitigate. You can reduce the impact. And our major problem, we are somehow we are a little bit comfortable because we have two major dams on River Niger, Kainji and Jeba. Unfortunately, they're already spilling because there was heavy flow coming from Niger Republic. So they had to open their gates, Kainji, and then 100 kilometers downstream, you have Jeba. Now there was a heavy flood incident in Kaduna. Kaduna River was flooded, so many local governments were flooded. And the flood has already started moving down to Shiroro Dam, built on River Kaduna. As of today, the dam is closed because they are still impounding water. That's Shiroro Dam. But in the event they become, overwhelmed, they will open their gates and it goes into River Niger. But then on the River Benue axis, we have no single dam there. That in case there's any release of water from Lagdo Dam, there's nothing we can do, just to evacuate people.
Well, what would you be telling Nigerians to do under these circumstances, especially with the likelihood of the dam in Cameroon being open sometime, like you say, if it's overwhelmed?
There should be more sensitization programs within the states. Government should carry out a lot of activities towards evacuating people to higher grounds. Open up all drainages that are blocked. Educate people on how not to block their drainages. And if you are building any structure, seek expert opinion in terms of how you size your reservoirs, your drainages, your bridges, and so on and so forth, to make room for flood. And again, this issue of you build houses, pavement everywhere, no single space for water to percolate. Infiltration is almost zero. That whatever falls on the ground finds its way on the surface. So developers should create the avenue to have enough space within their buildings, their compounds rather, so that there will be infiltration to reduce the impact of flood.
It certainly looks like a job for everyone should put his hand on deck to make sure we mitigate this.
Yes, town planners and so on and so forth, politicians should be involved. Thank
you very much, Mr. Clementinze. He's the Director of Engineering Hydrology at the Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency. Thank you again for joining us on the news at 10.
Thank you, Ibrahim.
Now let's talk politics. A former governor of Kano State, Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso, has also emerged as an aspirant, indicating interest in running for the presidency on the platform of the People's Democratic Party. The senator representing Kano Central made the declaration on the grounds of the Chida Hotel in Abuja after being denied access to the Eagle Square and the Old Parade Ground. This will be the second time the two-time governor will be declaring his intention to run for presidency after losing in the All Progressive Congress primaries in 2015. Our correspondent Kayla Megwa reports.
The festivities began the night before as people thronged to the grounds of Chida Hotel in Jabi district of Abuja to cheer as Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso formally declares his intention to run for president of Nigeria under the People's Democratic Party. The two-time governor of Kano State was also Minister of Defense in the Obasanjo government and served as a Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives from January 1992 till November 1993. It is this wealth of experience that Rabiu Kwankwaso hopes to bring to the table if he becomes president. We spoke to a few of his friends and colleagues on his antecedents and his chances come 2019.
And that's the beauty of my friend, my brother. He went and created a movement, Kwankwasia movement, which is to reconnect the people to leadership.
The campaign hasn't been without its travails. After being denied access to the Eagle Square and the Old Parade Ground for the declaration of his presidential aspiration, the declaration had to be done here, on the grounds of the Chida Hotel in Abuja. A former deputy governor tells us the impact this has had on the campaign trail.
Well, we feel bad because it's just part of the list of a lot of acts of intolerance that really frightens us. And should be a concern to every Democrat because this is not the way things should be done.
On his part, Senator Kwankwaso describes the situation as tyrannical and says this is the impunity he seeks to end by becoming president.
Well, that was why in 2015 we were talking of change. We thought this sort of attitude and this sort of impunity would change. Unfortunately, it's like we are still in it.
The coming weeks will decide what his chances are, considering the other political bigwigs in the party who may declare their intentions for the elections come 2019. Kayla Megwa, Channels Television News.
Many thanks to you, Kayla. We now return to Amarachi in Lagos studio for more on the news at 10.
Thanks a lot, Ibrahim. The possibility of the People's Democratic Party featuring a consensus candidate ahead of the 2019 general elections has been ruled out by the former governor of Sokoto State, Atahiru Bafarawa. Mr. Bafarawa's entrance into the race for the PDP presidential ticket for 2019 brings the number of aspirants under the platform of the People's Democratic Party to no fewer than 12. The list of aspirants include the former Vice President, Atiku Abubakar, Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso, Taminu Turaki, and Sule Lamido, among others. Some of the aspirants today held a closed-door meeting with some members of the National Working Committee at the PDP National Secretariat in Abuja. Addressing journalists after the meeting, Mr. Bafarawa advised all aspirants to work towards a singular objective of defeating the ruling All Progressives Congress next year.
We are brothers, we are family. We are the same father, same mother. Our ambition is to get rid of APC. Therefore, forget about the number of the aspirants of the PDP. At the end of the day, we are all Democrats. we must accept win and defeat. Therefore, anybody who win, I believe collectively we are going to work together and see that we save this country out of this mess. Our party is a democratic party, and it's a popular party, acceptable party by Nigerians. That's why people are aspiring, more are interested in joining the party. Unlike other parties that is not a democratic party, where they have only a one-man show, we don't want to go for one-man show. We want to practice democracy so that people will choose their own better person. We agree we are all brothers. It's a game. We see it as a game. Therefore, there's nothing that if anybody is interested of withdrawing himself from the race, supporting somebody, it's a welcome idea.
When the News at 10 returns, CBN slams heavy fines on 4 banks over alleged breach of forex regulation, demands refund of $8.13 billion allegedly legally repatriated by MTN. That's all business news. Join us again.